In the US, when you look at classical music, it is perceived as a kind of an upper class phenomenon. And yet when you look at the history in this country, and you look at piano purchases, in the late 19th, early 20th century, almost every upwardly mobile house or apartment had a piano. And it was used. It was played. Now, people, as they go in upward mobility, buy a piano, a grand piano, because it looks good in the living room.
In Beijing, classical music viewers and listeners are not very wealthy. They go there because of their mind. Love to listen what happened in the world in the past couple of hundred years ago. What Mozart writes, what Beethoven it is, why he is so hero. And Beethoven is in China in general known as a hero because he's he always fighting for himself, like a hero. If tomorrow, if next week, London Philharmonic will be coming here, you have people, if know that, oh, this place, this concert I must to see, no matter how poor I am. We have this kind of idea. Not, I'm rich, so that's why I go. No. China is a developed country, so everybody wants getting better.
With the one-child policy, there's this desire by every family to get their child ahead. Families want their children to learn to play an instrument, a Western instrument, because that will help them with their brain power, in the Chinese idea. It will help them get into better schools.
What impressed me the most about my trip to China last year was the size of the audience for new music. I'm sure it's this way, I've heard from other colleagues about classical music in general, but to have 500 or 600 people at a new music concert every day, and the scope of the festival was at least 10 days, and there were 3 to 5 concerts per day, and that included, I think there were concerts and master classes and panel discussions and so forth, and every single event was packed. And I was really impressed by the excitement for new music that was there, the excitement for all of these concerts. I mean, many of the concerts I went to, people were standing around the edges of the recital hall in order to be able to hear.
If you play Mozart, Beethoven, Mussorgsky, Ravel, even if there is no superstar as a soloist or no superstar conductor, they will lag in the audience. But if they add one more contemporary music, for instance, like Chinese composer like me, let's say American composer like Joseph Schwartner, people will get much more than the only classical repertoire. Really, yeah. People love to see something new.
While I think that any person who's learning classical music almost automatically gravitates toward a certain canon and then moves on, that process in China has been accelerated because they don't have the long background of saying, well, this is the canon and this is contemporary music. I go to the Lyric Opera here in Chicago, and yet we have lots of other smaller opera companies that are struggling in this city, but people don't go to that because it doesn't have the cultural cachet. I think that if you looked to the audiences in China, you would see that those people really want to go to hear the music. They're not going there to be seen. That being said, there is also, in China, a growing group of people who are status conscious, are label conscious. And so that's why Louis Vuitton is opening up places in China and all. And I fear that there is going to be that kind of ghettoizing of the best of classical music by people who aren't really interested in it, but do it because it's the thing to do. But right now, I think we're in a very special place.
Is that it? Yeah. But I think it's going to be faster. You think it's fast? It's going to be faster than that. So play the second quarter of 93.
Yeah. Yeah. And you come in on the second eighth?
Yeah. That's why I was early.
Yeah, because I'm trying to catch up.
It's okay as long as I know to listen.
What I'm trying to do, try to make it strange than the regular melody. You will see some development in the Tira. It's not the sense of a Western development, keep going to somewhere. No, it's just there. Maybe afterwards, it's another shape of sounding or sounds or something else. You know, it's not goes to somewhere. No, it's not like that way. So I would like to see what develop what is going to write until the finish. It's really challenging for me, you know.
Classical music is constantly in this state of change. It's never a fixed thing. And many audiences, partially because of the pedestalizing of these people, but also because of any number of factors, think that it is fixed and it's stuck and it's in a museum that has almost put it down in the basement rather than bringing it out and putting it in relation with all of these other things. And it's constantly changing, and performers are constantly changing it. And that's the interesting thing with music, is that it doesn't exist until it's heard.